Hello, everyone, and welcome back to more the Somnium Files. Last time, was interesting. There was a lot of stuff that happened. A lot of it involving Iris. We got her ending, and we had multiple chances to enter her dream world, her Somnium. And now we are searching for her because she has disappeared and is supposedly going to the one that she trusts most, which I think is Uncle. So I'm going to choose that.
I see. The man Hitomi was dating 6 years ago.
Because I don't think she trusts us anymore. Because we didn't trust her.
He was a thoughtful, reliable man. I thought of him as a father.
But Iris said that she was looking for him. What are the odds she found him just now?
I don't
I
know.
don't think that's possible.
Alright, rude. Well, we were just with Hitomi. Is it Renju? Unless it is Hitomi, but that would be like a little bit confusing. I'm gonna choose Renju.
I think so too.
Okay.
Remember what Iris said?
I look up to him. He's done so much for me. I know I can rely on him more than anyone else.
I don't remember this, but...
According to the mermaid at Sunfish Pocket,
He was looking for Iris.
I think Renju called Iris.
And Iris went looking for him.
Exactly.
Then what can I do? We've been looking for Renju. Everyone at HQ is looking for him too. Not to mention he's on the run with number 89.
Well, if you find Iris, you find all these other people you're looking for.
And even with all of that, we haven't found him. We don't even have any leads.
If we only had some clues to work with.
Then we wouldn't be in this mess.
Are you giving up? Iris might be with number 89 at this very moment. We need to find her immediately. Now think, Date. Where would Renju go?
I don't heckin' know. His house? Have we ever been to his... Why would he go to his house, though? That seems like a likely place you'd find him. Sunfish Pocket, like, all of these are maybes. I don't know. I'm just gonna choose his house, because to me that's funny.
Renju's house is currently occupied by officers from HQ. If he went back there, we would have been contacted.
Yeah, I thought so. Wait, there's more? Did you have to choose a wrong answer? Is it actually the cold storage warehouse? I'm choosing it.
The cold storage warehouse. Maybe he's there.
That's rude of you, game. To give me all those options and none of them is right. Is she gonna be dead? Is she already dead again? Well...
There is no one here.
Damn. He's not here? Let's go, Aiba.
Wait.
What's wrong?
Is
there
there
someone
somebody here?
No living organisms detected.
Dead organisms?
Then...
No living organisms detected.
You mean...
Let's search the area. We might be able to find something.
I were a dead body, where would I be? In a box? Oh, that's the only thing that I can like think of. There's a cardboard box on the floor, it's empty. Okay. Shelves, a box. Maybe not in a box then.
On Sunday night, you saw Iris's body here?
Yeah. Her dead body was right here on the workbench.
This is where I found her corpse. There's nothing there now. Is it behind something? Yep.
No. This can't be.
Oh, she's in it. I thought she was just behind it.
Iris. Iris.
They didn't waste any time killing her either. And why does it always have to be here? It's the next day. Or I guess technically the same day, but morning. What's...
Have you settled down?
I thought I was supposed to look around for a second.
The scene is being inspected without you. This time the body didn't disappear. However, you lost consciousness.
We passed
I
out.
didn't expect you to faint. Seeing that corpse must have been incredibly shocking. I did not predict you to be the fainting type. I suppose humans are unpredictable. Now that you're back, let's get back to business. You are conscious, are you not? Date, don't let negative thoughts consume you. Thinking that Iris died because of me. If I never took her to Ota's, this wouldn't have happened.
I mean...
If you truly believe that, then your brain is completely rotten.
But it would have been different. She still might have died. She still probably would have died, because every single time she's, like, died. But still.
Or perhaps when you saw the corpse, your head became filled with images of blooming yellow dandelions.
What?
What?
Oh, you're talking now. Was I correct? If you consider the situation logically, even an elementary school student would understand.
Huh?
Fine. Allow me to pluck some of those dandelions from your mind. I will ask 3 questions. Please answer honestly.
Okay.
First question. The cold storage warehouse was not in regular operation. But even so, the AC was on, and a minus 58-degree temperature was maintained. Why is that?
To keep cold. To keep things cold. Why does the store's Why does the warehouse have to be at a freezing temperature? Ice cream? To preserve something?
To preserve something.
Yes. Let us move on to the next question. Second question. There was something strange about the corpse. Do you remember what that was?
It was completely frozen. It was missing its right eye. It was hidden in the engine compartment. It was covered by a cloth. All of these are a bit strange. It wasn't strange that it was... Oh, wait. Would it be completely frozen? Wait. How much time passed? Would it froze that? I don't know that it's strange that she was missing an eye. All of these are strange. Oops. I'm just gonna say it was hidden.
The culprit was afraid that the body would be discovered, so they hid it under the hood. But why there? The ocean is right here.
Because they're keeping the body for a reason.
If they really wanted to hide the body, they could have put weights on it and sunk it into the water.
But we do not know for certain that the culprit was attempting to dispose of the body. There is something more unusual.
More unusual? Is it unusual that... I don't know. Cloth?
What is unnatural about that?
Isn't it strange? The culprit hid the body because they didn't want it to be found. But then they cover it with a cloth? That implies they thought that someone would eventually find it.
I explained earlier. The body may not have been hidden by the culprit.
What? Did you say that? Did I just, like, completely ignore you?
And even if they were responsible, it is not uncommon that murderers feel a sudden urge of remorse or pity for their victim.
So the cloth was a sign of pity?
That is a possibility.
Okay, is it the fact that it was frozen? Is it the time thing that I talked about? Was there not enough time for it to be frozen? Maybe?
Iris's body was completely frozen. The temperature read -58. With Iris's weight... Just wondering, but how much do you weigh?
Don't you know it's rude to ask a lady that?
105 pounds.
I see. 105, huh? It should have taken about 18 hours to freeze solid.
Okay, I was right to think that, but I didn't know.
If we were...
Wait a moment. Before you draw your conclusion, allow me to ask my final question. Question 3. 2 days ago, Sunday night, you found a dead body in the cold storage warehouse. But afterward, you visited the Sagan household and discovered that
Wait,
Iris was in
is
fact
this...
still alive.
Is this gonna be the thing where there was actually 2? There was 2? We actually saw this body before. This is the same body that we saw the first time. And we've been talking to who? Or who is dead? Which one is real? Are they both? Are they twins? Is one an imposter?
Why?
The one we have been talking to has acted more like Iris according to her mother. I think? Maybe not. Yeah, because she was like acting... She dropped the spoon, she was like fainting and stuff. How could Iris still be alive? Iris is actually dead, the corpse was a hallucination because I saved Iris. That you mean?
You mean?
You've got it.
I bolted into the warehouse like I was shot out of a gun. Body? Is this not gonna be Iris, or is it a fake body somehow? What am I looking for?
I don't believe it.
The stomach is swollen slightly.
What?
She appears to have been pregnant.
Okay.
How?
Do not worry. The uterus does not contain a fetus.
Why? What? Why would that be the worry? And where did it go?
You mean after she was killed?
No. The fetus was not present in her body when she was killed.
Okay.
She must have been killed after giving birth.
Huh?
The distended stomach does not immediately shrink after birth. The expanded uterus takes some time to return to its normal size.
Where's this babe? What?
This evidence makes one thing perfectly obvious.
This corpse isn't Iris.
But it's been made to look like Iris, or does it just happen to look like her?
It's someone else.
Which means?
Iris is still alive.
Not necessarily. She could be alive. We haven't confirmed that yet.
Okay.
Multiple stab wounds with a single-edged, sharp object to the victim's back. Judging by the size and shape of the marks, the weapon was most likely a kitchen knife. This matches what you said on Sunday.
So this is the body I saw then. Is there an estimated time of death?
Impossible to determine.
Is it impossible?
This body has been completely frozen for at least 10 years.
What?
10 years? She was killed more than 10 years ago?
Exactly.
Sorry, I'm moving slowly. I'm like thinking. Huh? Huh? I'm trying to think if we know any 10-year-olds. The youngest person that we know is Mizuki. I don't think she's 10.
Her identity is unknown. Her killer is also unknown. But there is one likely suspect.
Who?
Let's consider the clues. The scene. Okiura Fishery Cold Storage Warehouse.
Mm-hmm.
Sunday night, we saw So here. And there is something else about So Sejima. We witnessed someone similar to Iris being stabbed repeatedly in So's Somnium.
So was it supposed to be a representation of this girl?
But it wasn't Iris. It was this woman.
That is highly likely.
What we saw was So's memory from more than 10 years ago.
I believe that is the case.
Renju and So?
But we still do not know where Renju is.
That means that we need to talk to...
So Sejima.
Okay. I was not expecting that. Sejima residence. Just in time for lunch. Mizuki and Ota kept searching for Iris, but unfortunately they didn't turn up anything. Iris's whereabouts are still unknown. I'm worried about her, but without any leads, we'd just be looking for her blindly. I should focus on the investigation for now. It will eventually lead me to Iris, I'm sure of it. With that in mind, I headed to So's mansion. Oh, feeding the ducks again? Or the koi.
Never to show your face here again.
Too bad.
I didn't come here for Shoko today. I didn't come here for Iris either. Instead, I'm here for a girl who looks like Iris. Did you kill her?
Date, look.
I knew it.
Also, I'm just thinking about how Date found the body, like, right displayed. Why was it being, like, out on display randomly? Why wasn't it hidden if it was killed more than 10 years ago?
You killed her, didn't you?
I don't know what you're talking about.
I've had enough of your shit, Congressman. You wanted to check on the body of the girl you killed. That's why you were at the cold storage warehouse 2 days ago.
But why? Why would you check on it?
Where is Renju Okiura?
I mean, I guess if there's a thing about preserving something. Also, then it is a little weird that the eye was missing.
You know where he is, don't you? You were at an Okiura fishery warehouse for a reason. There's definitely a connection between you two. And that's not all. Number 89 called your secretary. The same number 89 that Renju escaped with. Now tell me, where is Renju?
Suddenly, a gang of bodyguards stormed out of the mansion. I'm surprised they weren't out here already. In an instant, they surrounded me. Hello?
We'd like to ask you to please leave.
We come over here and we, like, never learn anything. Now what?
Damn it, So!
There's nothing we can do. We did arrive without a warrant. We were technically trespassing. If he had called the police, we would be in a predicament. We would have been detained immediately. Who would look after Iris then? Do you intend to leave your responsibility with Mizuki and Ota?
Ah!
Calm down, Date. We still have our lead.
Lead?
Before I explain, we need to discuss the corpse in the cold storage warehouse.
Yeah, I'd like to discuss it more too, because I'm confused.
Let's give her a name. Because she is frozen solid, we could call her All Ice or Alice. What do you think?
No. No. No, we're not making a 999 reference.
Alice and Iris. I believe it fits nicely.
Okay.
Alright, Alice.
They sure do love the references in these games.
What about her?
Someone might be able to identify her.
Who?
Allow me to ask you 3 questions.
Why are we always playing asking questions?
Again with this?
First question. You have seen this corpse more than twice.
Yes.
3 times, in fact.
3 times?
When was the first time?
What was the first time we saw the corpse? What was 3 days ago Saturday night? I don't know when any of these... I know I like look at the times and the days all the time, but I don't actually retain any of that information. I'm just gonna say 3 days ago. I don't know what was 3 days ago.
Saturday night when I synced at ABIS.
Yes. In the
Right.
Somnium world, we saw the frozen corpse of a girl.
Yeah, and that was in Mizuki's Somnium.
Question 2.
Why?
Who is the girl?
Adrian? What? Alice?
Now I know. That girl was probably Alice.
Oh, you mean... Okay. I thought that was obvious. I was confused by
Most
what they were
likely,
saying.
Yes. So we have technically known Alice for 3 days.
Mm-hmm.
One last thing. The final question. In which Somnium did we see Alice?
Mizuki's. Mizuki.
My roommate, Mizuki Okiura.
Exactly. You mentioned something about Mizuki's Somnium being some kind of prophecy. But prophecies are nonsense. Dreams are not made of the future. They are made from the past. Therefore,
Mizuki has seen Alice before.
there is no other explanation.
Aiba, where is Mizuki now?
How did she?
Where we went with Iris yesterday. Ikume Shrine.
The shrine? Why would she be there?
Unknown. She is supposed to be looking for Iris.
Okay, let's go.
Man, this, like, route has a lot of interesting things happening. I can't imagine, what if I'd gotten this first? I feel like that would have been wild, and then, and then I would have gone down other paths, which, you know, also had wild things, but I feel like this one has a lot of information that would be weird to learn about first.
Date.
Did you find Iris?
If I did, I would have told you already.
Right.
Okay. Why would you ask where Renju is? I'm gonna do that anyway, but...
I think Iris is with Renju.
With Daddy?
Yeah. Her note mentioned her most trusted person. That's probably Renju.
Yeah. I remember that mermaid girl saying something like that.
He was looking for Iris.
Does that mean that Daddy is the one who called for Iris?
It could be. So I need to know where he is.
But I haven't been able to get a hold of him.
About Alice. Like, imagine just being like, about Alice. Who's Alice? Where's Ota?
I think he's searching Akihabara right now. Last time he checked in, he said he didn't have anything.
What are you doing here?
Iris used to like this shrine. She told me about all her memories here. We used to come here all the time. You know those steps in the front?
Yeah.
We would sit there together and talk about things. Like what gluten-free means, and eyelash extensions, and aerial yoga.
Like, what gluten-free means? What?
And we would talk about all our problems together. Sometimes we would talk late into the night. So I thought that maybe she'd be here. But it looks like I was wrong.
About Alice.
Mizuki, I have something very important to ask you.
I told Mizuki about the frozen corpse we called Alice.
You've seen her before, haven't you? 3 days ago, I saw her in your Somnium. The body of a girl who looks like Iris, Alice. Your dreams are built from your memories. So that corpse... Mizuki, please, answer me. Iris's life is at stake.
Huh? What do you mean?
I don't know what he means either, actually. I told Mizuki everything. Oh, well, okay, yeah. No, I guess I do know what he means. About how Renju ran off with the assassin number 89. How number 89 is connected to Sosajima. And that Sajima is linked to Alice's murder.
I need to know everything about Alice. If I find out who she is, I might be able to solve the mystery of Renju and number 89. And that might lead me to Iris.
Mizuki looked down at her feet quietly. I could see agony in her face. The silence lingered. Finally, she steeled herself, lifted her head, and spoke.
Okay. I'll tell you about Alice.
Alright.
It was about a month ago. I saw my daddy crying in the president's office at Lemnisgate. I was peeking through a crack in the door so he didn't see me. Daddy got up, then got into his car and drove away. I had never seen him like that before. I was curious, so I followed him in a taxi. That led me to the cold storage warehouse. He got out of his car and went inside. I followed right behind him, quietly. Daddy was standing next to the forklift in the back. I hid behind a shelf. I watched Daddy open the hood of the forklift, and then, after a little bit, he left. I wanted to know what he was looking at. I went over to the forklift and I looked under the hood myself.
Why is everyone coming here to look at this 10-year-old dead body?
And then...
You saw Alice's dead body.
But at the time, I thought it was Iris.
Did you talk to Renju about it?
What do you
I assume
mean?
not.
I couldn't just ask. It would have changed everything. I thought that as long as I stayed quiet, everything would be okay. I didn't see a dead body. I wasn't even at the warehouse. I repeated that to myself over and over and tried to forget the whole thing.
Repressed memories are often the subject of somnia.
That's why Alice showed up during the sync.
Why didn't you call the police? Basically, same answer, I'm assuming.
What was I supposed to do? Daddy would have been in trouble.
So you kept quiet this whole time?
Yeah.
What did you do after that?
The corpse looked exactly like Iris. I couldn't believe she was dead. I just couldn't.
So, I mean, it has to be related to Iris somehow, right? I can't imagine they would just make it a coincidence that they look that much alike.
So I went to Iris's house.
Huh? What's wrong, Mizuki?
Iris was alive. I thought I was going crazy. Or dreaming.
Hey, that's how we felt!
I tried to convince myself that it was just a hallucination.
About the warehouse.
I actually met with one of the higher-ups at Daddy's company last night. Before I went to Matsushita Diner.
Why?
Because you asked about the cold storage.
Oh.
I was curious. I asked around some, and...
Oops. I didn't mean to look at you.
I found out that Daddy was managing the warehouse before I was born. After my grandpa died, Daddy took over. In exchange for managing the warehouse, he gave ownership of the company to someone else. I guess he didn't want to let this place go. Or maybe he couldn't let it go. That's more accurate, I think.
Yeah, because he was keeping a body there.
But I understand why. Inside that warehouse was...
Alice.
On paper, Daddy has nothing to do with Okiura Fishery. Daddy was still managing the warehouse. And he was the only one allowed in there, too. That was part of the agreement when he gave up the company. And the whole thing had to be a secret. He really stressed that point.
Hey, Mizuki. How long was he managing the warehouse?
About 10 years? No, I guess it would be
For
longer than that,
18
right?
years.
Yeah.
That's what the man told me.
18 years? From that long ago?
Yes.
Aiba, I need an emergency search.
Huh? Also, it's not gonna let me scroll up as much as I want to. No. I was like, did Aiba say that the body is at least 10 years old? Like, was that... She said that the time of death wasn't accurate. So is this somehow going to be Iris's mom or something? Because Iris is 18, right?
Missing persons from 18 years ago.
Understood.
Huh?
Date, I found her. The girl who looks like Iris.
What's her name?
Monica Iwai, 19 years old at the time of her disappearance. A graduate of Eitoku High School.
We know that one, right? That's the same one
What?
that's been brought up.
Renju was my classmate at Eitoku High.
Mm-hmm.
We've known each other for 20 years now. When I was young, I lost someone very important to me.
Uh-huh.
Monica Iwai, my best friend.
Ah!
One of the only friends I had.
I thought the name sounded like a little bit familiar.
Alice's Monica. Hitomi's friend who went to the same school as her and Renju. But why? Monica's body was found just now. But even back then, Hitomi knew. She knew that Monica was already dead.
Mm-hmm.
Aiba, where is Hitomi right now?
At headquarters for questioning. MPD still believes that the body they discovered was Iris.
Got it. Contact boss. Have them bring Hitomi to ABIS.
Roger that.
We gonna sync? So, like, my assumption is that this Monica, so what? I instantly forgot the name. That's Iris's mother, and would the father then be so? I'm just thinking because he's the one who killed her, right? Oh, are we doing an interrogation? Love these.
You're awfully calm. You saw the corpse of your daughter today. You were called into the station to confirm her identity. And yet here you are, cool as a cucumber. Even though you lost your precious daughter. Shall I guess why?
How can Hitomi stay calm? Because it's not her daughter. Would it be information? Let me look at it.
Her name is Iwai Monica. She has been missing for 18 years. She was 19 years old at the time she went missing. Monica, Hitomi Sagan, and Renju Okiura all attended Eitoku High School.
Okay, it's probably the autopsy report.
Monica's body was found completely frozen solid.
Maybe?
Her right eye was missing. Her body shows multiple stab wounds from an edged weapon to the back of the torso. The cause of death was those stab wounds. The murder weapon was most likely a kitchen knife.
Okay.
She was also pregnant until just before her time of death.
So maybe it is just the information. Because I want to say it's not Iris. But none of these specifically say that except for this, I guess.
Because that body isn't Iris. And you know it.
Are you serious?
Yes. Her name is Monica Iwai. She was killed when she was 19. She went to the same high school as you, and she was your best friend. Isn't that right? Nothing to say for yourself? Hiding something? Maybe you killed her with Renju.
That's ridiculous.
Oh, are we thinking Renju did it?
Oh, now you're talking. But we know Renju committed a crime. Illegally disposing of a body. And we can prove it.
Could Renju have been the father? I'm thinking. Also, there's a possibility. Why would Renju be questioned about dumping a body? I zoned out. What? Why would Renju be questioned about dumping a body because of where it was found?
The cold storage warehouse where the body was found. It's been managed by Renju Okiura for almost 2 decades now, and witness testimony proves that he knew about the corpse there. And if I'm not mistaken, you knew about the corpse too, Hitomi. You and Renju have been close since high school. It's not too much of a stretch to think that he told you about the body. And I remember you telling me once.
When I was young, I lost someone very important to me.
The thing about if Renju were the father, then why would So be involved at all?
Monica Eli, my best friend. One of the only friends I had.
I'm just thinking about things between all of this.
How did you know that she was dead?
I didn't.
Don't play dumb. I know you're hiding something.
I mean, she also could have just assumed. It's been 10 years. At least 10 years, right? Wait, did they actually say how long ago? Hold on. When I was young, I lost someone very important to me. Okay, it was like more than that. So like you could just assume at that point if you...
You know what happened 18 years ago. And you knew she was pregnant. You were her best friend. Of course...
Oh, sorry. Of course you would have known.
Tell me. Tell me everything.
Date, she's not going to talk. Sync with her.
Yeah. I knew that's where this was going.
Date, I'm sure I've told you enough times by now, but please, come back within 6 minutes.
Why was your mouth not moving at the start of that sentence?
I can't promise you that, Pewter.
What do you mean?
I mean, I'm not coming back until I find something.
Don't be an idiot. Couldn't you just, like, go in, come back out, go back in?
Date, you can't.
Why not?
You literally know why.
You know why.
What are you talking about?
Because it will take over my consciousness?
Yes.
But if it's only a little...
Why are you an idiot?
No, not even a little. If the sync passes the critical point, the damage will be irreparable.
But what does that mean exactly?
It means the damage would be irreparable. I don't know what you want. Are we talking? Are you two hiding something? I mean, I know they both are.
No.
I'm not hiding anything.
Yes, you are.
Then let's try it. Let's experiment with my mind. Then we'll know for sure what'll happen.
Why would you want to do that now, though? This doesn't make any sense.
Fine. I'll just say it.
Yeah?
Pewter, tell him.
I'll just say it, Pewter, tell him.
You know more about it than I do.
Well...
I guess we'd ask him. Hello. Oh, what? What happens after 6 minutes of syncing?
Well, first off, 6 minutes is not a hard limit. It could be 7, or even 8.
I don't care about the exact time. I'm asking what happens if you go beyond the limit.
Do you remember the story I told you about the egg?
Yeah, why?
Do I?
If you imagine an egg as your
yeah,
consciousness, the yolk is what goes into the subject's brain. The white remains inside your shell. If you go beyond the limit, your yolk will not be able to return to its shell.
Because the subject's mind will start to take over the sinker's consciousness, right? I know that part already.
Indeed, but there's more to it. After the yolk is devoured, the egg white is brought through the machine next.
Huh?
And there's more. It's not just the sinker's brain. The same process eventually occurs in the subject's as well. In other words, the entire egg ends up being replaced. Mind, consciousness, memory, they are traded.
I was just gonna say.
Switched.
Like a mind swap?
The human brain has what can be understood as a memory limit. One brain can only hold one consciousness.
So wait, if you swap, could you not just sync again and then swap back?
And it can only contain one person's memories.
I mean, obviously there would have to be more to that, but could you not just swap back?
Now you know everything. Talk to the boss.
See, now I know that this has to have happened before. Did it happen with us? Is that why we have no memory of 6 years ago? That's my guess. Why did you keep this a secret?
I was unaware of this as well. This information is not on any accessible databases.
We had to prevent the possibility that the system could be exploited.
Exploited? But...
Even if it wasn't you, someone else might try. We didn't tell any Syncers this, including you. Project Sync is a top-secret project. It's a matter of national security. Even Syncers are on a need-to-know basis. Think about it. What if you were kidnapped by bad people who tried to make you talk?
Bad people?
A criminal organization, spies from another country, those people. If you blabbed about Project Sync, the entire country might be at risk. You heard it from Pewter. The sync machine isn't just for entering a person's somnium. It can also be used to swap bodies between two people. Imagine what this machine would be used for in the wrong hands.
That means people have swapped. There are swapped people who exist.
That's why I didn't tell you.
My first guess is that we're a swapped person, and that maybe our original body was the prisoners? Because we saw like a memory from first person of him playing patty cake or whatever with little Iris. And we recognized Iris. And we also had a, like, thing with Hitomi, too? That was weird.
We can't let this secret get out.
Swapping bodies between two people? Trading minds?
You remember what I told you earlier? Are you listening to me?
Yeah, I got it.
Are you really okay?
I'm fine. Start it.
Understood. Let us begin.
I still feel like you could swap back if you really needed to. It's probably not good for the mind to be swapping bodies like that, though. I can't imagine. Hello?
God?
What?
I am the god of fire.
You look like a clown with a shiny nose.
I burn erotic books with my flames of red-hot anger.
My, how ruthless.
Ow!
Oh my god, the ow, the shaking of that hurt my eyes.
Are you okay?
That hurt.
I'll let you read this porno mag if it'll make you feel better.
It won't.
I will burn it.
The fog is making it pitch black.
The light over there. Is that a firefly? Somnium scan.
Oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut off your activate. What is that? Sinking in the mountain. Reveal the hidden secrets. Reveal Hitomi's secret buried deep inside. That scared me. I thought I was moving.
It disappeared?
We're gonna find out what disappeared next time. I think. Seems like a good time to stop. Yeah. A lot of information in this one. I feel like there's a lot of information in a lot of these ones recently. It's good though. I'm glad that we're getting to like an interesting point where things are kind of connecting a little bit more. It's good. And I assume we're gonna get even more information next time through this Somnium. So take care, everybody, and see you next time. Bye.